Okay. It's called Judgment Rush, but it's really overpowered.
Yeah, so with being in New Game Plus, he has every item that you would have at the end of a 100% run. So, and with also this darkness meter above him, instead of having a health bar and a magic bar, they are actually combined into one bar. And so, you have, anytime you use magic, you actually are eating your own health a little bit. And he's got a bunch of weapons that you can continuously switch through.
Yeah, the thing with this New Game Plus is that like it's meant to be a little bit harder because since you have a draining meter above, so like over time, like I'm losing health, but at the same time, it's a very long resource bar. And, oh yeah, one thing to know about boss fights, they don't really last long. I have a thing that I call them like the 5-second rule, that a boss should not last longer than 5 seconds, or sometimes 10.
Yeah, I don't know if you specifically been working on improving these boss fights, but I know that for a long time these have been really cut down because of how many weapons we have access to. So pay attention to the fight, but also pay attention to the little square next to the darkness wheel so you can see how fast he's switching between weapons. Unless he's actually just saying here for this weapon. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
sometimes he switches between weapons.
Yeah, there's over like 9 to like 11 weapons that you gotta switch over, and if you played a lot of Devil May Cry and you use Dante a lot with the style switching, this will feel right at home if you know the shortcuts to your controller.
Yeah, I don't know all these boss fights, so.
Alright, so Specter's in a hub world, and you can choose any stage you want, like Mega Man style, but we just choose left to right. Alright, so this stage has global cycles, which I want to just catch. And this is a Plague Knight's level. And if you play like the previous campaigns of Plague Knight and Shovel Knight, you're going to notice these stages are a little bit different. And shoutouts to the new campaign that just came out. Oh shoot. Oh, there goes the global cycles. King Knight. Yeah, King Knight is it's quite something.
Yeah, so this whole game runs on local cycles except for a couple cases. And one of those cases being this whole level runs on global cycles for these pots here. As soon as the stage starts, these pots are going up and down. So he was trying to set it up so that the pots were on an ideal cycle, but he unfortunately made a mistake before, so now he's kind of just reacting to whatever state they were in and he got there.
Yeah, like you said, there's not a whole lot of stage sort of global cycles. This might be the only one that you gotta pay attention to. Oh yeah, here's the mini boss.
Yeah, the only ones you need to pay attention to. There are a few others, I believe, but they don't really matter as much as the pot cycles.
Yeah, the thing is that Spectre Knight can wall jump, but sometimes the wall jumps can kind of work against you, because there's no like clutch button like Celeste has.
Yeah, so you can do like a short wall climb, and then kick off of the wall. And if you are, run out of wall climb, you kind of just like flip off of the wall. And also anytime you can cancel the wall climb.
Alright, we got this. This is Plague Knight. The thing is that he dies real quick, but you gotta not let him slip.
Plague Knight's fight is actually fairly unpredictable as to where he'll jump.
Yeah, there's a very small window of time that you can just quick kill him before he teleports, but after he teleports, you're in uncharted territory and it's all RNG. Yeah, we have our bottleneck of the runs, Lost City. And,
Lost City's thought to be a very difficult stage by most players.
I don't know anyone
any
who,
route.
I don't know anyone who likes the stage, but there's a lot of green blocks that bounce you the other way. But thankfully we have some tools that can just negate them, like this blood mirror. And find Specter Knight to be very reminiscent of Zero from Mega Man X. Oh boy. Oh, I thought I was gonna lock onto that the top enemy. Yeah, the Judgment Rush. Sometimes, like, so the main function of it is you just dash through walls and home into enemies, but the game kind of like makes you lock into the enemy you don't want to lock onto, and that can cause problems.
There are certain limitations to Judgment Rush, which come up more so in any percent. I don't know if it comes up as much here in this category, but so you go into the closest enemy, but then you also you can't target an enemy that you're on the same axis vertically with, and if it's gonna like, if that wherever it tries to pull you to, it's in a wall, because some enemies can move through walls, it won't pull you to that enemy either.
Oh, let me disable streamer mode. I think we're getting to the end of the level. Yeah, sorry about that. I can fix that real quick.
Yeah,
so I kill the boss. But first, we're gonna do a real trick. It's called the Lost Spaghetti. Oh shit!
Spaghetti. Yeah, so basically we have a little bit of time when the lava is changing from being hurting to a green, so we can bounce on it, and so it has no hitbox, no damage, no death plane essentially, and there's no death plane below the screen, so you can actually just move on to the screen below through the lava.
Alright, we got it.
It's like a few frames where the lava's in a state of not existing essentially.
Alright, let's disable that streamer mode real quick.
Like, they're so quick.
Yeah. Yeah, the boss died real quick.
Yeah.
That's yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of those fights. They do not last longer than like 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, so now we are back in the past. We don't have our cool gear. We're just a normal guy with a knife that can dash through enemies.
Every few levels there's this flashback level that we get, which is related to the plot, but it's just a level.
And the thing is that your partner here, Luan, he is supposed to help you get up to certain areas, but I think the second flashback is a little bit of RNG in there, and he can be a jerk, and he won't get there in time. But we're done with this sequence for now. Alright, we're heading to a very floaty stage. It's the Iron Whale. The thing is that there's water physics, but it's not like a swimming level. It just basically reduces your gravity. That's all it does. So there's going to be a lot of time I'm going to be spending in the air. Oh, come on. Get up there. Thank you. Oh. Didn't get down there. Alright, so there's a damage boost I got to get there. If I can get it. Okay, got it. Yeah, those snails can be real nasty.
Yeah. I'm sure you can get damage boosted in the right direction, otherwise you just fall into the pit.
Yeah, you don't want to fall in the pit. That's death. Oh yeah, speaking about death, there's like no checkpoints, or actually there's one per stage, but it sets you back real far.
Yeah, the way they make New Game Plus harder is less checkpoints, and there's only isn't there two? I guess there's one halfway, and then there's one at the boss, I believe.
Well, this stage is like that. There's some stages that aren't exactly cut half and half like the Leech Yard, but this one is. So this is a mini boss. It is kind of an auto-scroller, but I gotta position myself to get a 3-cycle using the lantern shield I have activated. Alright, time's coming up soon. Oh! I got it. Oh. Yeah, that 3-cycle is not always easy to get. Be skipping some platforms and go to the top. Alright, let's go. And then we got Bertha. She's a big fish that likes to give kisses, but no time for that.
Yeah, in any percent, this enemy's pretty annoying, but you have a lot of health. So.
You know what? I'm just improvising right here, right now. You know what?
This enemy?
Die.
You have a life bar and you have 8 total hits. This enemy does 4 hits. See you? So.
I totally forgot I could just claw her to death. I was like, wait,
yeah.
I don't have to play that game.
New Game Plus, she's more of a joke, but in any percent, very much annoying.
Okay, speaking of jokes, this boss. Yep, he's dead. If I were to put a tier list on the most challenging bosses in the game, this guy would be pretty abysmal in terms of New Game Plus. Alright, oh yeah, this is a surprise encounter. This boss fight's gonna be on Reese. He's gonna come in, he's gonna try to be a hero, but he's gonna get corrupted. And we gotta put him in his place. Let's hope he doesn't even jump and teleport. Ooh, got him. He's done. Oh, the sniper skeleton. Yeah, Skelly-Bro. Yeah, Skelly-Bro is pretty much the one guy that carries you on the boss fight. You'll be seeing him a lot. There were actually two routes in any percent. The Scaly Sentry, which is that green guy, that Skelly-Bro, and the Bounding Soul.
Yeah, did Reese hit him there to turn him around?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Alright, so this is Flying Machine. Oh yeah, there's a boss fight that I'm gonna skip. It's a mini boss.
Yeah, so
there's a time coin I have to use. It slows down time, but when I do that, the boss does not have time to come in and spawn. There we go. So that was a boss arena. That empty room was a boss arena, but there's no boss if you could just...
Oh shit, you just do that, yeah.
Yeah, I messed that up. Okay, here's an auto-scroller. I think this would be a good time for sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah.
And sometimes interact.
Yeah, if there are any donations, you can say them now.
Alright, unfortunately we do not have any donations, but I do want to take the opportunity to just remind everyone, point out that we do actually have a donation incentive for this run. It's a bit of a bidding war. You guys can choose which camera angle you want for the run. The base cam as we have now, we've also got a hand cam option and a controller input display. So if you guys sweet hand action, that sounds kind of bad, right? Some of those inputs.
Oh no, I lost energy. I can't.
Yeah, all the switching between weapons is very interesting to see because it's all done through the shoulder buttons.
Yeah, there was a death warp here I tried to do, but I lost my health, my resources to do it. Fine.
Yeah, so there is a way to make that auto-scroller at the end go a bit faster. You can basically, because of the checkpoint at the end, you can stop it from being an auto-scroller if you die. If you die and then you'll just respawn, it's actually a little bit faster to respawn after the auto-scroller has stopped and just go to the next screen than to actually have to wait for the full auto-scroller.
Oh, we have a boss fight coming up. And this boss fight has two phases. There's a phase where he just stands in the ship and throws attacks, and there's another where he breaks a ship, and you gotta fall down. We don't want that phase.
Yeah. Doing things in less than 5 seconds means that all these rage attacks that most of these bosses have don't happen. And you don't want them to happen.
Alright, yeah, he's done. He's dead.
Yeah.
But he would have broke the ship.
Never got a chance to broke the floor.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to fall down and just throw a boomerang on him, but other than that, it's, it can get pretty much of a hassle. Okay, so this next stage is very straightforward. Leech Yard. It's very technical and execution based. So, I'm gonna throw some little, basketballs. One here, kill the frog. Oh. So any percent had the two rats I was talking about, the Scaly Sentry and the Bounding Souls, which is these little basketballs I'm throwing. And Scaly Bro. Yeah. Well, you get Judgment Rush in like in both routes, but
yeah.
The thing is that Scaly Bro like melts bosses really quickly, but the bouncy ball thing actually, it actually gets you through a lot of stages really quickly. Mm-hmm. Oh! Alright. Oh no.
Yeah, so... Yeah, our Skeletal Sentry is the name, but we call it Skelebro. It's just kind of a sentry, just like it shoots for you, but the Bounding Soul is what we sometimes call the basketball, because that's essentially what it is. It moves diagonally across the screen, and if you hit it, it will bounce off. It goes through enemies, piercing.
I accidentally pressed the button.
That's one of the things that can melt through enemies, at least 50%.
We have the dark room.
But he's got the boomerang, the claw, other feathers in there.
Oh, Phantom Striker, this fight. He actually has a ton of iframes that get really annoying.
Yeah.
And, but the thing is that if I can kill him before he teleports and praises the sun, got it. Oh, he might. Oh, come on, die. Oh, he's dead. Alright, so he did the Praise the Sun pose, but he would have teleported around and that would have been annoying.
That crazy.
Yeah, I think I got him at the exact frame that you could hit him at that point. Oh yeah, we're at another flashback. And we got a new item called the Caltrops. But we want Luan to get in front of us. I don't want to be faster than him. He needs to be faster than me, so I can... Come on. Get over there. He's a jerk. He just sat back there. And I lost a few seconds because of that.
Yeah, it's complete RNG. How long Luan takes to go to be ready to launch you up to the next part of the level.
I missed the setup. So
and this is the one boss fight that'll take longer than 5 seconds because we don't have as many weapons to use in this flashback.
We don't have Skelly Bro, that's the most important thing. Imagine if you could just destroy her with all the cool stuff.
Yeah, so we only have one Caltrop. We only have the Caltrops.
Alright.
And yeah, so this is gonna be shield night.
1, 2, go there, come over here. This is what I like to call the Legos. She just steps on them and takes damage. Yep, that's a Lego kill.
Not bad.
Oh, and then we betray our friend because he did not get in front of us in time. That's what he deserves. But yeah, 3311. That's Mumu, right? Mumu has that.
I believe so, yeah.
Alright, so now we're back to having our cool gear. And this is what I like to call the most expensive stage because the first half like uses up a lot of darkness. And you'll see my darkness drain real fast.
Yeah. I guess I should also point out it's impossible to kill yourself with magic. You can't use any of your items to the point where it will kill you. So there is like you can have one hit left and you'll essentially have no magic.
You'll get one-shotted though, that's the thing. But there's actually a few like items that you cannot spam without like a little bit of darkness. I gotta wait down here, I did not get there in time. But Judgment Rush is one of them, and then there's a feather, and then there's a time coin. The feather allows me to like actually hover a bit. I'm just gonna take it easy here.
God, that your life slowly drains as well.
Yeah, I did not want to take any chances. Alright, so I could just bypass through these gears, but I need darkness first. And we got another auto-scroller right here. So, it's a good time for any donations there are any. Actually, I should have put one right here. Free this guy or kill him. But I'm gonna kill him anyway.
Still no donations on this round yet?
Alright. I was forgetting. And
Oh yeah. So the lantern shield I have kind of like nullifies a lot of the challenges as auto-scroller. I'm sitting here doing nothing. So, gonna... Oh yeah, Specter Knight has this little pose he does. You just hold down and he just looks cool. But,
Do you not have the dance?
on these
yeah.
things?
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
don't
is
know how to
the
dance
dance.
these
That
things.
is the
Those
dance.
things that like, that look jank. Alright. It's too late for that.
Yeah, so every character has a dance in the campaigns, but Specter Knight's too cool for dancing, so he just has what's known as the cold shoulder.
Oh, I'm gonna
so
reset
yeah,
the...
he just does that pose instead of dancing.
I have to reset the cycle here.
Just go above that gear.
Yeah, I can get above there. Alright. Let's go.
Oh,
Take the damage. Screw it. Whatever. Yeah, you can actually bypass those gears.
yeah, there are a few screens where there aren't ceilings, but in certain spots,
You know what? I'm gonna take this,
time there are.
because this is uncharted territory. I'm not usually this low in darkness. Alright, I think I had enough of this guy. Just barely. Alright. But this auto-scroller is just gonna be easy because I just got this little lantern shield. And oh yeah, Tinker Knight. So the boss fight of Tinker Knight, he has what you call it, 2 phases. Yeah. Get to that. Oh yeah, all this money here, all the red skulls, they're collectibles that get you to unlock items, but they're kind of useless.
Yeah, considering we have every item already.
Alright, so Tinker Knight, he has 2 phases. The first one, he's a little pipsqueak that you can kind of kill. Oh shoot. Yeah, he may act a little funny. He's dead. Alright, and the second phase, he busts out a big giant mech.
He got lucky with that that boomerang sight.
Yeah, that's a backup setup. Oh, do I see the shot? How much of the shot do I see? All of it, yeah. There we go.
Nice. That is a good indication because that shows you how far the screen has scrolled. And in this case, I think it scrolled like a few pixels.
Oh yeah, I think I killed him quickly because I detonated my my skeleton. Yeah. So when you summon the skeleton, you can actually blow him up, and he deals like massive damage, but only when they're up close. All right. So we had another uninvited guest, and now
Crashes through the window, and then we don't like him. Bye, Bass.
yeah. All right, this stage I gotta book it because this room has a really tight cycle. Go past this guy, jump rush, get past these cauldrons. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was tight. All right, now we have more cycles. Oh wow, I got up there, wow. That has never happened before. Oh, okay, I can grind on the sides, but I do not want to climb onto the spikes just like that. Okay.
That was a weird Trojan Rush interaction. Yeah, I don't know what that would happen there.
Yeah. I think the game caught him to his spiked ball instead of his, oh shoot. Instead of the enemy himself. Because it's supposed to be going on enemies, not on other objects. That's a good buff because I could just get on the ladder on top. That must be a new thing in the update. All right, so now we're at the halfway point, and we're gonna be opening up some books that open up platforms. Starting with the one in the next room. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Yeah, the movement is really tight in this run. Oh! Come on. Get up there, get up there. Alright. I don't know how many near-death experiences I'm going to be having this run, but I do not plan to have another. This is King Knight. He's not going to last long. Oh!
This fight is another RNG case.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Nearly killed yourself.
I'm on the verge of death in like every other stage. Man. That was too much.
Yeah.
Alright, got a mash start. Okay. Yeah, that's just how fast you can mash start and skip that cutscene. Alright. I believe that we're at our second to last normal stage, and then there's the tower levels. This is where grinding is like introduced. But we already had the rail mail to just grind on the ground at any will. So these little like blue and like red bars are essentially just areas where you just grind on the rails. So red goes left and blue goes right.
Yeah, the armor that you have on, is it just the railmail armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I changed the color palette, but you would actually get a different. Your default skin would actually be a different color, depending on the armor you have.
Right. I just.
Oh, he's dead.
I forgot what New Game Plus Eclipse armor. What armor? Eclipse 3. I guess it does that for you. It's nice. You never have to switch into the railmail. Which is the fastest one.
Yeah, these door switches. Alright, so now we're gonna get to the...
Can be hit by any of our projectile weapons as well.
So the thing with the railmail, this little surfing thing I'm doing, the thing is that it's very hard to control, but what happens is if you go fast and you bump into a wall, you just lose momentum. And we don't want to bump into walls and stuff like that. and this is a snowflake room. Actually, this one is right here. Yeah, these snowflakes suck. Please die. Thank you.
I never go over that desert run. It's so hard.
You know, I was gonna pull out the lantern. I don't want to chance it because.
Yeah, even though these enemies are predictable.
Yeah, you can mess up. This guy needs to die. He's dead. Alright, so now we have unlocked the last few stages of the game. And, actually there's this trick called a crusher skip. So there's actually a room cycle that has these pistons that goes up and down. But the thing is that with New Game Plus, you have the ability to skip a cycle, but it is incredibly tight.
Yes, we have this. So he had mentioned before we do one of the weapons we have is this thing that slows down time, the clock weapon. So we can use that to slow down cycles that are happening in rooms as well.
I chose the wrong stage.
So we will be using that to try to slow down the cycle.
In the meanwhile, we're just doing normal platforming things. Skip a book, because we can hit that book to keep the platforms active, but we don't want to do that.
Of course we're going for it. We want to give you a show.
Okay, here it comes.
Gotta get the donations in somehow. Okay. So slowed it down, keeping it slowed. Able to just barely squeeze.
We
under.
did it. We did it.
Nice.
Oh, get out of my way, please. Die, die. Thank you. Yeah, that's the hardest trick in the game.
Yeah. if you knock it into the wall, if you're just like a little bit too slow, you're easily gonna get crashed.
There's an off-screen platform that you're trying to catch, and I caught it. All right, so here's a last auto-scroller. I'm just gonna be doing things. There's actually a ladder skip I can get because I have the feather. I can fly, but it costs a lot of resources, and I need to manage it to get up there. If I don't, then yeah.
There's also more time for donations. We're just waiting for this auto-scroller.
Yeah, so guys, the bar right now $0. If you just want to donate like a couple dollars in there, if you want to get that hand cannon going or something, you can totally do that. Very low bar to beat right now. But if you want a little more content, I have a question as an outsider of the Shovel Knight community. It seems like a Mega Man homage to me. Is that right?
It is. Yeah, I think that's what the developers had in mind. Okay.
Very much retro game.
We got a boss
homages.
here.
Just pretty much anything that was on NES, SNES. A lot of those games are referenced in this, especially with being kind of retro art style.
So this boss has a chance of jumping up like anytime he wants, but the blood mirror kind of like makes him guaranteed to never jump. So yeah, he's done. He's a real annoying fight.
Yeah, I believe the wall climb is actually reminiscent of one of the abilities Mega Man has. Or is it from a different game? I forget which game it's from.
X, he could wall jump.
Yeah, and so there actually is a cheat code in the game that you can put in that you can make your wall climbing closer to that game's wall climbing ability.
Oh, here's
So
an
the
auto
way we
scroller,
have it
but
in
it's
this
not an
game.
auto scroller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Land. 1, 2.
So instead of scrolling the game up, he's trying to essentially go off screen to where it would have scrolled you up to, and now he went, and because he got there before the screen would have been activated, he just skipped an entire area of like where you have to wait for all these blocks to fly at you. And so because he was just off screen, he'd be able to go right through hitboxes that aren't there and everything. So
Take that checkpoint. We actually need it.
just walk through the wall, essentially.
Enchantress. She's annoying.
These are our final 2 bosses of the game.
Alright. Man, I thought that fight was gonna last forever. Oh, here's the actual final boss, and time's gonna come up.
Yeah.
As soon as I kill him.
Yeah, time is on the last hit of this boss.
Wait, is my time 36 minutes? Wow, that's pretty good pace.
Yeah, you got a good time, bro.
Okay. The rails are RNG though. It can get unpredictable from there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good catch there.
Yeah, we're forced to rail during this whole fight, but it's interesting.
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna slowly get to him. Alright, this should be it. This should be it.
These rails are not being kind.
This game wants to kill me. This game wants to kill me. Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
I had like a lot of like near-death experiences, but none like this. None like this. Alright, so yeah, he uses his last choice to free Reese from the darkness, and now he's free. But Specter's not. That's a tragedy.
Yeah, Specter is now bound to Enchantress.
Yeah. Let me see if I could spawn really. Oh shoot! I turned off my S trainer. Oh, 1 minute behind PB. Yeah, that's what it is. Actually. Oh shoot. So yeah, this is just going through credits and stuff like that. So yeah, if anyone wants to learn how to speedrun a Spectre Knight or Shovel Knight, or even Plague Knight or King Knight, be sure to join the Discord community for Shovel Knight. It's really helpful, really resourceful, and we just got our trainer updated like a few days ago, which allows me to work through different parts of a stage and spawn certain things. So yeah, strainer, that's what they call S trainer. So yeah, that's the run. Thank you for stopping by.
All right, thank you very much for that lovely run. That was awesome. As someone who hasn't played or really know anything about Shovel Knight, it looks pretty impressive.
It's a very good game. It's got 4 campaigns in it, so
4 campaigns and 3
plenty
main
of content
categories
for you to
for
go
each. So
yeah, that sounds pretty great. Yeah, like I was saying, I was seeing a lot of the Mega Man references with like the knights, right? It's like the different men, it's the different knights. But I love that you can just kind of play as the different ones. Looks like a great game. I'd say check it out, guys.
yeah, you got Shovel, you got Plague, you got the guy that I was playing, and you got King Knight. Yep.
Awesome. Now King Knight, you fought him in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Look how last.
Spectre Knight's actually a boss in the game as well.
Actually, all these guys are bosses. So yeah, Shovel Knight's a main guy, but then he fights Plague, King, and Spectre, and then
They got their own stories later.
Yeah, they got their own stories.
And were added to the game as DLC, free DLC.
Awesome. Well, looks like we got a great thing going on here. Again, thanks everyone for stopping by. We're going to take about a 10-minute intermission, and then we will be back. House Mix Master PJ.